whose heart's been broken by a love, by a loss, sometimes a win. I gave up on thinking broken hearts get mended, and I've sworn I'll not do that again.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to One Single Choice. I'm Sam. So, this is episode 4. I was trying to wait for a little while before I recorded episode 4 because, I've got several interviews coming up, and there was one that I was really excited about doing. There was, I'm following someone on TikTok who had this really cool idea on coupling and, just her ideas about being coupled and what that looks like for a single mom. And I just thought it was really cool. And I really wanted to meet with her and interview her and kind of give you guys a look into some of the options that are out there. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do that because this podcast, it started with this idea that I have. I'm really passionate about one single choice because I'm trying to explain to people that I'm happy where I'm at in my life and I'm happy by myself. I'm successful, I live alone, I have this great life and I'm happy. And so for me, going backwards and trying to find a new way to be coupled is not even something I'm looking to do. So for now, eventually I may interview her and bring her on, but for now, I want to stick to this platform and this is what I'm passionate about. And the reason why is because, there's just so many reasons why, but one of the main things I want to talk to you guys about is the happiness factor. I spend a lot of time on social media trying to develop content, trying to get ideas, and just researching and seeing what people need from me. I'm not a therapist. I'm not licensed. I've been to therapy. I know a little bit about it, but I'm not licensed, but I've been through a lot. I've got some really, really good experiences behind me. Were they all good experiences? No, but they were good in the fact that I can share them with you and I can help you be better right now instead of waiting until you're fully healed and fully recovered from everything that's happened to you. So I want to start with that today. And I don't know where this is going to take me. I do know that next week I have an interview lined up, and I'm really excited about that. But for today, I want to talk about happiness because there's a little something right around the corner that's got people sinking in their emotions a little bit. And I'm talking about the holidays. So next week is Thanksgiving. And, for a lot of people, they get all into their feelings during this time because Thanksgiving is a time when you're supposed to feel happy, you're supposed to be with family, and that might not look the same this year as it did last year. Well, let's talk about it because for everyone, the holidays brings a little bit of something different, okay? Some people find immense pleasure in the holiday time. It's where they find peace and they find, a lot of comfort during the holidays. And for others, it's stressful and, it's chaotic and it brings up old emotions and old feelings. And everyone's got that this time of year. Everyone. We've all lost somebody, okay? I'm almost 58. In fact, I'll be 58 on Friday. And in my life, I've lost a lot of people. And a lot of times, the holidays are a struggle because I get emotional and I feel a lot of it. But what I've come to realize after all of these years is that emotion and that feeling that bubbles up, that's all part of it. That's all part of the holidays. It's remembering who you were as a kid, remembering the people in your life that helped build those traditions that you need to carry on. Okay, that you, it's hard. It's so hard. And a lot of times people just break down and they isolate, and that's okay too. I want to tell you that for 10 years, I was overseas. And this was after my kids had grown and they were living on their own and doing their own thing. I lived overseas and I spent many, many, many holidays alone. Yes, it's lonely and it's hard to get through those times of it's almost like when the holidays hit you, it's like you start grieving all of these losses all over again. But I'm going to tell you that what I've learned in the last few years when it comes to the holidays, I look forward to that solitude a little bit. I do spend a lot of time now with family, with my kids and my grandkids and, my parents and my brothers and sisters. I spend time with a lot of people, but I also like some solitude because I want to feel the holidays. I want to feel it. I want to feel everyone from my past coming back to me in the form of a memory. I want to feel that because that keeps their memories alive and it keeps them in my heart. Just imagine if you were to forget all of those people, what a lonely holiday that would be. Go to bed. After you get them to bed at night, sit and deal with it. Deal with your emotions by yourself so that you're still able during the day to be there for them to help build on the holiday traditions. I know it's easier said than done. And I know for a lot of people, the loss of, the family unit during the holidays and, that kind of thing, it's not as easy as just scheduling yourself some time to get over it. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that it's okay. It's okay to fall apart. Just try and find a place where you can do that your own way. Where if you've got a sloppy cry or messy cry, go ahead and do it. Just don't do it around the kids. Spend some time by yourself. Give yourself a break and do that. And if you need to reach out to friends or family so that you can find the time to do that, please do it. I mean, remember, it's your holiday. I want to tell you a little story. So I told you earlier that I spent a lot of time overseas and I was gone during the holidays. And I would Skype with my kids and my grandkids during that time just so I could see, what was going on and they could see my face so I could, try and be a part of festivities that were going on. Well, I was talking to one of my grandsons. I don't remember which one it was, but he said, Oma, and that's what they call me, Oma. He said, Oma, where's your Christmas tree? And I said, well, I don't have one. I'm not going to put up a tree this year because, I'm by myself, and I just don't really need a Christmas tree. And he was so upset by this. I mean, in his eyes, if Oma didn't have a Christmas tree, it wasn't Christmas. And I saw that look on his face and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to still probably put up a Christmas tree. Well, after I hung up with him, I started thinking about it and I thought, let me see if I can do this. If I can decorate my house without giving myself a license to be depressed. So I did it. Put the tree up, went and got a few extra lights and put them up. I put a centerpiece on the table and I put out a couple of poinsettias. And the funniest thing happened. Not only did my grandson see that I did that, and he was so happy because Christmas is back on again, I felt better. I felt better because I connected with the holiday that I always loved. I always loved Christmas and all the feelings that came with it. And I can tell you, I cry every Christmas, but I give myself permission to do that because that's the way I can connect my memories with the holiday. Okay. I connect with people that are no longer here, but that made an impression on the traditions that I still have every year for Christmas. And, it looks different. My holidays look different now than they used to look. I live alone. I mean, there's nobody here in the morning where they, come downstairs and they see all the presents under the tree. I live alone. Okay. So it's not the same, but it's still special. It's still special to me. And I don't mind being by myself on Christmas Day or on Christmas Eve. I don't mind because to me, the holidays are in my heart. They are the memories and they are the sights and the smells and the happy faces. I mean, I still get to enjoy that because I get to spend time with my family and friends during the holidays. So I still see it. I still feel it. So Christmas is celebrated a little bit different in my house now, but it's still so happy. And I find myself now every year buying something, I don't know, it could be in the form of a Hobby Lobby sprig of pine needles. I don't know, but I always buy something because it makes me feel good to put that in my home. I feel warm, I feel cozy, and I find comfort. I do when I start to feel lonely or blue, I'll pick up the phone and I'll call somebody and be like, you know what? I know you're in the middle of some holiday punch, but talk to me for a minute. And the best part about having a great circle of people in my life is that there's always somebody. There's always somebody that I can call. And it kind of puts things back into perspective. Now, a lot of people feel like, okay, I can get through Thanksgiving. I can get through Christmas. It's New Year's because New Year's Eve, I always spent it with someone special, and now I'm by myself. You don't have to be by yourself for New Year's Eve, for one thing. I usually spend New Year's Eve with friends, or I spend if I'm home by myself on New Year's, I go to bed early. Okay, I'm usually woke up at midnight by neighbors or whatever, but if I am home alone, I go to bed early, and that's fine. I find that New Year's to me is very exciting. It's not because we're starting a fresh new year. It's the idea of new possibilities in the coming year. What's going to happen in 2024? I'm excited to find out. It's going to be something good. And I always say that. I always say this is going to be my year. Well, I'm still here. So all of them have been my year. Are there speed bumps? Are there, danger? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff that could happen. There's things that could go wrong. But I choose to find something positive to say about the new year. I am not all rainbows and unicorns. I do have bad days and I do get angry sometimes. And sometimes I fall into the why me frame of mind. We all do that. If you do that, you're normal. Okay, but try and find some happiness. This is all about this whole idea of this episode of the podcast is because I know just from watching your videos on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook, watching your videos, I know that those negative emotions and negative feelings are starting to creep in. And I want to give you guys some help feeling happier about this time of year. Okay? Think about the good stuff. If the good stuff is pumpkin pie, ew, or the smell of cinnamon in your house, whatever it is, find those little things that make you happy and start there. Just start with something small. What makes you happy? What's going to make you happy today? So kind of feels like all I've done is lecture you guys on how to successfully get through the holidays happily. There's so many quotes I've seen out there that really help. Do you guys know who Mel Robbins is? If you've never listened to her, I follow her on TikTok, but I've listened to her stuff for years. She's got a podcast on Audible. It's probably other places too, and she's got a couple of books out. She's such a she's kind of down to earth, and she just says it like it is. But one of the things that she talks about a lot is expectation. We expect things. Our expectations are usually pretty high, and for certain things, like when you're out dating or whatever, you need to set your expectations high. We've talked about that so many times. But when it comes to like holidays or, what things are going to be like this year comparatively to last year, don't set your expectations so high that you're never going to reach it. So expectatations, she said, is the robber of happiness, is expectations, having too high of expectations. And, I believe she's right in some cases. So I just thought for fun, I was just going to look up on AI. Do you guys use AI? I just started using it, and I'm amazed by artificial intelligence. I think it's really cool. It's a little bit dangerous, but it's kind of cool. So I looked it up and I said, this is what I asked AI. I said, name a few ways to beat the holiday blues. And this is what ChatGPT AI came back with. Is that number one, reach out to loved ones. Okay, connect with family and friends who bring joy and support into your life. Spend time together, share laughter, and create positive memories. Okay, so that's kind of what I was saying. AI kind of just stepped right in it, but not so easy all the time, is it? It's not so easy because for a couple of reasons, when you call family and friends and you tell them, I'm not feeling so great right now, you're worried about bringing them down. So it's harder than what it sounds like to do. But yeah, call a friend if you need help. The number 2 says practice self-care. Take care of our physical and mental well-being. Engage in activities that bring you happiness and relaxation, such as exercise, mindfulness, hobbies, or pampering yourself. And guys, I must say, pamper yourself. Go get that pedicure. Go get that facial. Go on a walk, listen to a podcast, do something that will disconnect you from the emotions that you're feeling. Anything that will disconnect you. This is why I used to I still like going to the gym, but one of the main reasons I went to the gym, I needed to find a class so that I had to be focused on something other than my thoughts, right? So I find these classes, they're an hour. And for that 1 hour, you don't think about anything except for the pain that you're in or what you're doing, right? So it's really important that you think about something like that because for 1 hour, it shuts off. You're not going to be thinking about what you don't have. You're not going to be thinking about what you lost. All you're going to be doing is thinking about how am I going to get through this hour and what am I doing here? So really, if you've never done a group fitness class, do it. Do it because that's 1 hour of your life that you will not be spending time thinking about other stuff. Next, it says, listen to this one. Number 3, set realistic expectations. Realistic expectations. The holidays can sometimes come with pressure and high expectation. Set realistic goals for yourself and don't compare your celebrations to others. Focus on what truly matters to you and let go of perfectionism. let go of perfectionism. I'm going to highlight that one because I really think that that one is a keeper. Set realistic expectations. Don't compare yourself to the Joneses. Are things tight this year? Yes, we're all feeling the pinch. Like I said, everybody's holidays are different. Focus on yours. So, kudos to AI for that one. The next one is really good too. Give back to others. Volunteer at a local charity or engage in acts of kindness. Helping others in need can bring a sense of fulfillment and perspective, reminding you of the true spirit of the season. Amen to that. Number 5, create new traditions. If the holidays bring up difficult emotions or remind you of past hardships, consider starting new traditions and that suit your current circumstances and bring you joy. It could be trying a new activity, exploring different cuisines, or traveling to new places. This is huge. I think I brought this up too. Next is seek support if needed. If you find yourself struggling with holiday blues or deeper feelings of sadness, don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health professional or a support group. They can provide guidance and help you navigate through challenging emotions. This is so important because your mental health is very important. Don't take that too lightly. If you cannot start feeling better on your own, please reach out for help. Please do that. I've been talking to you guys about the calling the counseling BetterHelp, betterhelp.com. They helped me and they're amazing. So if you need to, reach out to somebody, okay? There is somebody that can help you. You guys, remember it's okay to feel a mix of emotions during the holidays, but be proactive, do something, make cookies. I don't eat cookies anymore, but I like making them. It's so fun to make them. I do it with the grandkids. My grandsons and I used to do this thing called Oma's Donuts. They'd come and they'd spend the night, and in the morning they'd get up and they would be, they want to do something. Well, instead of doing the video game thing, we started making donuts in the morning and they could decorate them. And oh my gosh, they were awfully amazing donuts. I mean, so sweet and full of sprinkles. But these are huge memories that we have now. I saved pictures of Oma's Donuts. We made a menu. I mean, we did all kinds of fun stuff. And these are things that you can create that are going to make you feel better. And you're building these memories for those kids that they'll never forget. They'll never forget that. So I know it's hard, and I know the holidays are going to be stressful and they're going to be a struggle, but you can do it. You are strong enough to do it, okay? And reach out to someone for a hug. I'm sending you a virtual hug right now through the airwaves because it's almost the holidays and we can get through it. I want you guys to come back next week. I'm going to be interviewing Diane Richardson next week, so please come back for that interview. It's going to be great. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening. I found out today, and I mean, it might not mean much, but I am 219th on Apple Podcasts for personal development. 219th. I don't know out of how many. It doesn't matter. It's a good number. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And above all else, be fierce, my friends.
I can't count how many times this heart's been broken by a love, by a loss, sometimes a win.